Hi everyone, this is a quick video tutorial for the Photoshop workshop or the Photoshop short course, depending on how you call it, what you want to call it. Showing the walking you through the first two assignments in week 1. The first assignment is about creating and saving files and placing guides, and the second one is about cropping and rotating and changing resolution and things like that. So I just want to walk you through the basic steps of how to complete these assignments. And so the first assignment asks you to create a new Photoshop document with a certain type of settings. So to create any new document, you choose File, New, and it opens up this dialog box, which has a bunch of different parameters for you to set. So the first thing it says is that it wants the size of this document to be 8.5 inches by 11 inches. So that's with regards to the width and the height. So basically all you have to do is type in 8.5 for the width and 11 for the height, and make sure you choose inches from the units drop down menu. So this drop down menu gives you different unit types to use for measurement, and you just want to make sure you've got inches selected, so it's 8.5 by 11 inches. Then the other thing to set is the resolution, which basically tells you the pixel depth, how many pixels there are per inch, and so in that case we want this unit measurement to be set to pixels per inch, and we want this to be 72 ppi. That's what it says in the assignment instructions. PPI is the same thing as DPI, is the same thing as pixels per inch. So just set that to 72, and you just type in 72. The next thing to deal with is the color mode. They want you to make sure that you select RGB color mode. Now there are a bunch of other different color modes here. RGB is generally the default, so that might already be set for you when you come into when you create a new document. And then you don't have to worry about the bit depth, and but you do need to make sure that the background contents are set to white, and it's just a few options here where you can choose any color to be the background color, or you can make the background transparent, but in our case we just want to make it white. And then you don't need to worry about these advanced settings, and in fact when you open your new dialog box you might not even see the advanced settings available. So that's all you need to deal with, just the 8.5 by 11, 72 pixels per inch resolution, RGB color mode, background contents white, and click OK. And then Photoshop will create a new document for you with those settings. And then the next step is to create ruler guides at 1-inch margins from all 4 sides of the document. And that is also pretty easy. The one thing you do need to make sure though is you need to make sure that rulers are turned on, that you can see rulers. So see these little markings here up along the top and along the left hand side. These are rulers, and to make sure that you have rulers visible, choose View, Rulers, and make sure there's a check mark next to rulers. If I uncheck this, my rulers disappear and I don't see them anymore, but I just go back to View and check rulers, and then my rulers will appear. And that's all you really need to do to make sure that you can do the next step, which is to drag out guides from the rulers. And this is pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. Just make sure you've got your Move tool selected, which is V, and then click on the ruler and then drag. And as you drag from the ruler, a little blue line will drag itself out from the ruler and place itself on the canvas. So you want to drag out 2 of them, and you want to place them 1 inch from the sides of the canvas, and then 2 vertically, and then 2 horizontally. And you want to place them at 1-inch margins, so make sure that you use the rulers to place the guides at 1-inch margins from the edge of the screen. And the last step is just to save this as a Photoshop document. So just choose File, Save, and a dialog box will open that looks something like this. Let me make it a little smaller so you can see. And then you change the form. You need to make sure that you save this as a Photoshop document, or .psd as it's called. PSD basically stands for Photoshop document. So if you choose the drop-down menu from Format, you'll have a bunch of different options, and at the top usually you'll see the option for Photoshop .psd or .pdd. So this is the format you want to save this file as, and you can give your file a name. I suggest putting your name and the assignment number in the name so that it's easy for me to locate and grade for you. So just put your name, Week 1 Assignment 1. Don't put any spaces or special characters in the name, so that way it will download properly and upload properly without any difficulty. So just, don't use spaces or special characters, and give your file a name and click Save, and that's all you need to do for the first assignment. The second assignment, I think, is even easier than that. You open up this document that they already give you, which is a nice little picture of a mountain, and they want you to first rotate it so that it's upright, in an upright orientation. So go to Image, Rotate Canvas 90 degrees clockwise, and that will put your image upright. And then they want you to use the canvas size command to crop the image to 7.5 inches by 10 inches. And this will basically just remove the white margin. So if you go to Image, Canvas Size, that's the canvas size command they're talking about. This nifty little box opens up, and all you basically have to do is change the width and the height to 7.5 by 10 inches. So 7.5, just type in 7.5 inches, 10 inches. Make sure this is set to inches and not something else like pixels. And then click OK. And it gives you a warning. It says the new canvas size is smaller than the current canvas size. Some clipping will occur. It's asking you if you want the clipping to occur, and yes, we do, because we want to get rid of the white areas. And see, it nicely cropped away the white areas for us. And then the last step is to use the image size command to reduce the image size to 3 by 4 inches, while also maximizing the available image resolution. So if we go to Image Size, here we have width and height, but we also have resolution. And so what we want to do is we want to make this smaller, but we don't want to lose any of the available information. We want to make this smaller without reducing the file size. So what you need to do then is you need to uncheck the resample image box. This is very important. You have to do this in order to do this correctly. So if you uncheck the resample image box, and then you notice now the width is 7.5 inches, the height is 10 inches, and the resolution is 72 pixels per inch. Well, if I now change the width to 3 inches, and the height then becomes 4 inches because it's all locked together, right, proportioned. You notice now that the resolution automatically changed to 180 pixels per inch. So what that tells me is that I am not deleting any of the file information. I am actually increasing the resolution by reducing the dimensions of the image, and that's what you want to do. So I didn't type in 180, I just changed the width to 3 by 4 after I unchecked the resample image box, and it automatically gave me a resolution of 180. And that's what you want. So then you click OK, and then this file just gets saved as a TIFF. So just choose File, Save As, and choose TIFF from the options, from the format options in the drop-down menu. And in my case, it's the bottom one. And then save the document, give it a unique name. Again, don't put spaces or special characters in the file name, and save it out.